made it to the final stage interviews more than once. You keep hearing, we really liked you, but we've gone with someone else. What's going on? This episode's going to tell you why you're smashing the interview but still walking away empty-handed. Here's the harsh truth. Being likable isn't enough. Interviewers aren't looking for someone nice, they're looking for return on investment. You're treating the interview like a chat. They're treating the interview like a business decision. So when you finish with, I'd love to learn and grow in this position, this doesn't scream value, it screams training cost. Say less about being keen to learn and more about what you'll deliver and how you'll slot in and why you are a smart investment. Because let's be real, you don't invest in something just because it's nice. You invest because you believe you'll get something back. Before they decide if you're right for them, they need to see you actually care. And that starts by asking smart questions, the kind that show you thought about the job and what it really takes. You get to the end of the interview and they say, any questions? And you say, no, I think you've covered everything. Mate, no. That was your chance to find out what they actually need, where they're struggling, and what would make someone in the role a massive success. Ask smart, targeted questions like, what would success look like in the first 3 months? What's the number one problem I could help solve you with if I was to join? And is there anything you'd like me to clarify about my experience? By asking these, you are already showing them that you're thinking like an insider. And that's how you shift from a nice chat to a must hire. Here's the thing. Everyone says they're great in interviews. If you can't back it up with proof, you sound like everyone else. Vague doesn't get remembered. Specifics do. You said you led a project. Cool. What did the project achieve? What changed because of you? You said you improved a process. Okay. By how much? And what was the outcome? For example, say you improved a risk management process. Don't just say, I improved the process. Say, I led a full review of the risk management process, which was overly complex and delaying product submissions. I simplified the risk documentation structure, introduced clearer risk scoring templates, and trained the team on consistent application. And as a result, we reduced document preparation time by 40%, got cleaner feedback from auditors, and shaved 3 weeks off our CE mark submission timeline. That's the difference between sounding generic and sounding like someone who actually gets results. Tell stories, share results, give them something to remember when they're sat around a table comparing 5 people. This is where most candidates switch off. They think the interview's done once they leave the room. But what you do after the call might be the one thing that tips the decision your way. You wait, you hope, you refresh your inbox, but you don't follow up. A good follow-up isn't needy, it's strategic. It reminds them that you exist. It shows your professionalism. It gives you a final shot to reinforce why you're the one. Even just a short message like, really enjoyed our chat. I've been thinking about the challenges you mentioned. Here's how I'd approach them. That's the kind of message that cuts through. If you're getting to final stage and missing out, that means you're close. But close doesn't pay the bills. So tighten the pitch, ask better questions, back up what you say with examples, and show them what they get when they hire you. Because interviews aren't about being liked, they're about being chosen. Let's make sure next time you are.